is another Saturday scares. Yeah, another scares crew. You know what that means? Time to get scared. So you know, just go out and grab your snacks and your drinks, your soda. Here's my nostrils. Yeah. Okay. What's up, everyone? Alright. Let's do here. Am I good? Am I angled? I'm angled. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm frosty. Okay. Now, before we begin, though, I need some water. Okay, so, you know the drill. We got 7 videos. Wow, my eyes are baggy. Look at that, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is baggage, man. That is stress baggage right there. Life sucks, man.
You sure? Look at this.
Richard Scott, here we go again. Bring it on. I plan to, buddy. I plan to. All right. So we're starting off with one a little further back, going all the way back to October 4th by Fearsome Top 5 because they did not upload anything new this last week. So yeah. That's that. But still, it's a video I have not reacted to yet, so that's always a plus. All right, so we got 5 terrifying ghost videos that should be locked away. So we're gonna move my face here a little bit. That's good. And then scope up, turn on display capture. All right, here we go.
Welcome to Fearsome Top 5. When the sun goes down and everything goes dark, that's when things from the other side begin to make their presence known. And now today, thanks to a lucky few people that managed to capture these eerie things on camera, we're gonna take a look at 5 scary ghost videos that should be locked away. Number 1. The first video that we're gonna take a look at was uploaded by the Fourth Wall YouTube channel. The people behind this channel managed to get their hands on footage from a CCTV camera that overlooks a cemetery. Now, you may not believe me when I say this, but this cemetery is said to be haunted. What a surprise!
A shocker.
As the CCTV camera was recording overnight, it managed to capture something strange moving around the gravesites.
I'm watching for it.
It's hard to catch at first, so let's take another look.
Yes, please. Ooh. Got a shadow walking.
A dark
walking by.
figure can be seen standing in front of one of the grave sites, almost appearing to be looking at the tombstone before walking away and vanishing. Now, could this eerie apparition be one of the people that's buried in this cemetery? And could the tombstone that it's looking at be its own? Number 2. Reddit user LNL Spiderpig recently posted a video to Reddit looking for an explanation, and he captioned his post by saying, "Caught baby shadow on monitor. Could someone help me debunk this? Wife is freaking out." And after watching this video,
let's see what we
I
can
can
find
see
out.
exactly why she would be. In the middle of the night, this camera managed to capture a dark shadow appearing to hover over the crib.
Alright, now, this is going to be my hypothesis, my theory right away. Now, we look over here and we see that this side right here is brighter than this side right here. So I'm thinking that maybe this is a reflection from a window that's like right around down in this area. Beyond this area and all that. So, and, this is an equally scary thought, but it could be a stalker's shadow peeking in from a window.
This shadow comes into frame, then looks as if it peeks into the crib as it floats by, potentially looking for the baby that should be inside. Now, I can't 100% say that this is paranormal, but I would love to hear what you think. Number 3.
That's a stalker shadow.
The next video that we're gonna take a look at comes from our good old friend Lee from the YouTube channel Really Haunted. Over the past few months of having
You better believe when I do another Ghost Countdown video, I'm going to include another one of his clips.
terrifying activity throughout his home, Lee continues to catch unnerving things on camera. Lee recently set up a static camera to record overnight in his living room, and when he checked the footage the next morning,
It's difficult to do it though when you're also trying to juggle taking care of a baby. Or, sorry, a toddler.
this is what he saw.
Okay, you're moving. You are a weird doll of some kind. But you're moving. Oh, that was a shadow. I was not expecting that giant shadow to walk by. That caught me off guard.
In the middle of the night, while this camera was left rolling, it managed to catch the knickknack on the window ledge eerily moving on its own. Soon after, the unthinkable happens when a dark transparent figure walks in front of the camera from right to left. There are no lights on in this room, so if it was a shadow being cast, I think we would be able to see the light source. Now, as the shadow figure makes its way out of frame, we can hear things in the room begin to eerily move. Then shortly after, a small white orb coincidentally floats by. Later on in the video, something seems to go after the innocent little box on the left side of the screen as it mysteriously falls over. Now, despite living with this bone-chilling presence in his home, Lee somehow still manages to stay positive, and I'm positive that we'll be seeing him again soon. Number 4. TikTok user Jovial Wheaton Prim is someone that doesn't post very often to TikTok and only has 2 videos posted. Well, one of these videos happens to be of something that they can't seem to explain. This TikTok user received a motion detected notification And when they took a look at the footage, they were shocked at what they saw.
Yes. What the heck is this?
As the video begins, we can see what looks like a ghostly figure walking back and forth. And it's hard to deny that the bottom of this ghostly apparition looks like a pair of legs. Now, I'm not sure if this TikTok user has ever experienced paranormal activity like this before, but if this is their first time catching something paranormal on camera, then it's a very impressive catch. Number 5. Somehow, after living in a house where he's constantly taunted by dark spirits, the man behind the Dino Nugget 741 TikTok account has still refused to move out. His video journey to document the strange activity in his home began less than a year ago, and I think we should take a look at where this journey began.
Hello? Hello? Keep hearing weird noises in the basement, Steve, so I just want to... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, f***ing way, no way, oh my god, oh my god. See, bro, there's nothing on this fucking door.
Yeah, I've been watching the
Hello?
this guy's videos throughout ever since it started.
Yep.
Yeah,
God, I'm not going down.
ever since the video started going up, and other countdowns have been throwing his videos on there. I've been watching since the start.
Now, there's no denying that seeing that happen in person would be terrifying, but more recently, the things that Dino Nuggets has come face to face with have gotten much, much worse.
Why sleep anymore? Right?
Hello? No. Hello? No! Hello?
I haven't seen that clip yet.
After hearing strange banging noises coming from his basement, Dino Nuggets decided to investigate. But as soon as he started making his way down the steps, the eerie sound of a voice comes from the pitch-black basement. And it's at this moment that his bravery falls out of his butt as he quickly makes his way back upstairs. But once he looks around the corner, he's confronted by a black silhouette. And I gotta say, just the sight of this figure alone is enough to give you nightmares. And I can only imagine just how much fun it must be for Dino Nuggets to sleep in that house.
Great way to end
Congrats
this video,
on being
buddy.
brave enough to make it to
Great
the
way to end
end
this
of
video.
another video. Now, if you ever come across a scary video online, or if you have one of your own that you think should be in my next video,
Alright, great start. Alright, next we got from Spicy Horror. Top 4 scary ghost videos. So scary, my PC broke. Oh, hold on. Need to check chat. I always check chat after each video. I'm here, bro. What have I missed? Say hi to the family. Hope all is going well. That was the first video that I saw tonight, so you haven't missed much, my dude. Alright, so. Spicy Horror. And family's doing fantastic. I hope all's well in the land down under.
1,000 likes to prove your existence. Let me start this list with a simple clip, a video that shows the heart of a beautiful father who cares about his son, and nobody you didn't click on a therapy video. Because as this father went to his son's school to check the chairs to see if his son is sitting on a comfortable seat in a healthy environment, things went south for him and paranormal kicked in. And my bladder is kicking in too. So take a look.
Esa banca estaba así y luego se movió. Entonces, fue algo bastante extraño y se me hizo interesante. Güey, es que se acaba de mover esa banca también. ¿Qué pedo? No mames.
Don't ask me where I found the information about this clip. I have no idea where this clip is originally from, and I can't hold myself of thinking about the rest of it. This next video is more creepy than paranormal, so don't attack me in the comments because there is no ghost in it really. But the clips are recorded by this one and only security guard, this one legend. His night shift job is to check on substations to make sure that everything is operating as it should, but there is a specific substation that he just have to make sure he doesn't go deeper in it. In other words, don't try to be a Tom Cruise. The townsfolk who lived around that building has moved away after a disaster flood, and that place was left abandoned, just like any public toilet I use. So one security guard decided for some stupid reason to discover the place, and as usual he was lost till he faced his death and was found years after. The place is so big they found photos of areas in the substation that our explorer didn't get to. And the creepiest thing about the clips is the classic music out of nowhere.
Feeling like Final Fantasy Freddy's vibes from this right now. I'm on edge right now. I'm on edge. It's stressful. Dude, I have really bad claustrophobia, so you know, watching this clip play out and you know him walking through the sewers like this, it's like it's unnerving. Wait, what? I hear voices. Dude, you said there was nothing paranormal in this video. Why is there no light? This feels more like a scary movie sequence. Like one of those found footage movies. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. I hate this so much. How does this guy work this job?
These are some of the photos I talked about in the intro, and if you want to get deeper into the story of this SCP, the link is in the description. Don't worry, it's not scary down there.
That, ugh, good lord.
If you know Ghosts of Carmel, Maine, then you know the Lamp House, and if you don't, then you're stupid, because it doesn't make any sense. So a couple of paranormal investigators from California and New York saw the documentaries about this house, and they went all the way just to investigate it. And I'm here begging people to visit me when I'm sick so much that I almost got sentenced for invading others' security. Anyway, they started investigating, and Kent told them to not provoke or encourage the spirits because he is trying to live there. But they did it anyways. They kept getting touched in all areas you can imagine. And if that wasn't enough, the woman was kinda thirsty for more after one of those spirits tickled her leg. She was literally begging them to slap her in the face or grab her hair. She even involved her friend, who is a male, by the way. She wants 2-on-1, and when she finally got what she asked for, she started complaining. She is like the wife that asks for divorce, and when you divorce her, she complains about it.
I'm scared for the basement now.
Oh, this is no joke.
Yeah.
That's full energy.
That's like loud. Yeah, check that out, Kent.
Ooh. You touching me?
Because I know you guys got a lot to say. Can you set off the REM pod again?
Just one off.
Wait. Whoa.
What was that?
Whoa.
What?
I heard.
What was that behind your head?
Was it the furnace or was it right behind your head?
No, it sounded like
If
something.
it was furnace, that click would have
No, I did HVAC my whole life. That was no furnace.
Yeah, the furnace.
My father's master brother says.
That dude, it sounded like somebody just threw a rock at me or hit the wall next to me. But
Was
it
that
sounded
you?
The furnace is shut off. The power shut off
Yeah,
to it.
that sounded like a rock was like.
Oh, the power of the furnace is off?
Yeah.
It definitely sounded like something like
It
chipped or
sounded
hit
like,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. What is going on? What?
That was on the concrete.
What was that? Dude, I felt that. You know how somebody steps next to you and you can feel the thud through your body?
Yeah.
I felt that through my body. And it's weird because it's over here. That was over here where the stairs are.
I've come an awful long way to talk to you.
Are you guys down here?
Ah!
What's the matter?
Something just hit the back of my leg.
Are you guys down here?
Ah!
Janice thought a rock was thrown at the back of her leg. After carefully looking over the recordings, nothing hit the back of her leg. Nothing landed on the floor behind her. But right before the back of her leg was hit, we see something in the recording that is quite troubling.
Oh,
a
yeah.
skull face with deep dark eye sockets. This looks to be the exact face that recently appeared on the steps upstairs. The stairs is directly above this portion of the basement.
Alright, I want to take another tack with this. Out of respect for Kent, I'm not going to piss you off. Okay? Out of respect, he asked no provoking. I respect that. But do something. Push me. Play with my hair. Okay? Come on. Oh!
Where there goes.
Something pushed me. Holy crap, that was 10 times the force I felt.
You can't tell me that I was over-exaggerating about the women. I had even more dirty things to say, but I'm writing this at the wrong time. When I saw this last video, part of it made me think that it's an adult tape or something like it. Maybe it was the angle, or the way the women was dressed and the quality overall. But unfortunately, it's a paranormal video, where the wife is claiming that some activity is happening in her husband's house. It usually takes place in the bathroom. I guess this poor woman should know the truth. Your husband is likely to be masturbating in there. That would explain those sounds you're hearing, but this doesn't erase the reality of the door opening situation.
Are you alive?
Makes no sense. I wonder what the hell it is. I don't understand that. How can you be alive? Wait. What the? You never saw this? What the? Oh my god, that's crazy. That's fun. I've never seen that actually do anything like that. It's so nuts. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Alright, so we're a little hesitant here because it said it's alive and we never saw the door open here and there's never nothing in here. We've checked, this has happened several times. There's never been anything in here, but just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and be careful about this. So there's nothing in here. Everything's good so far. Nothing in the corner, behind the door. I don't understand. It's weird. Alright, babe, it's safe. Come in. Uh-oh.
So we'll set the camera up about.
That transition jump scared me. Oh my god. so scared by the transition into this.
20 minutes ago, and the knocking has resumed, so we're gonna see if we can catch anything.
Then why are you wearing a different shirt? It was white
So I'm
before.
gonna ask a question first. Remember how last time I asked you if you were dead? I remember one knocking yes and two no. Are you dead? Are you alive?
It's too much denial!
Are you alive?
Good cat.
Did you used to be human?
That's weird.
Do you want to hurt us?
Yes. Look it. Look it. I'm gonna make sure this time. Oh, we've been recording so many times, waiting for this moment. No one in here. Look it. You can see me. Camera in camera. No one in here. Just to make sure you can see me coming in and checking. Nada. I had to use my tripod. I usually hold the camera with the tripod, but I use it for the phone. Look at that. Camera in camera. Nothing. That's awesome. Hold on, I have an idea.
Our house is
Can I
haunted.
go in
This
real
is
quick?
awesome.
Can you close the door? No, not you. What? You see that? Can you do that again? Can you move the door again? Oh, damn. Oh my God, look at, holy. You seen this? Look at camera in camera, folks.
When you see the first clip, you would immediately go with the thought of it being staged. But I guess the second part make it more confusing. So was that necessary for me to say? Absolutely not. I just didn't know what to add. So I think I deserve a subscribe for trying.
Wait, that's it? Oh, yeah, the basement and that. Okay. Yep, that's 4. These footsteps are very loud. Just about to do a live stream on my own on Twitch, so I'll keep you on, just turn volume down. Okay. Sounds good, buddy. Alright. Next is Slapped Ham. Do these scary videos show paranormal entities? I didn't even start it. It's done by itself. Look at that.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some paranormal footage that is sure to give you the creeps. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more scary content, just like this. In a video from the YouTube channel Lalo Escalante, this paranormal investigation team gets much more than they expected when they visit a lonely cemetery in the wee hours of the morning. At around 3 AM, the crew heads into the cemetery with only the light from their camera to illuminate the darkness.
Se ve una entidad. ¿Qué fue eso? Escuché algo por acá, mire.
They explore the untidy rows of tombstones for a while, but nothing seems particularly out of the ordinary.
Si hay un ser de oscuridad.
Then they spot a white hearse parked in the distance. You may be thinking a cemetery is a perfectly normal place for a hearse to be, but why is it there at 3 in the morning? The middle of the night is certainly not when you'd expect the local mortician to be transporting bodies to their final resting place. Take a look at what the camera's captured.
Los escucho por allá.
What the?
Don Wences, ve aquí derecho, la carroza.
A shadow can be seen moving around through the darkened window.
Don Wences, ve aquí derecho, la carroza.
Okay, so let's say for the sake of argument, this is not paranormal. What other reason do you think the mortician would have to have his hearse there at 3 o'clock in the morning in the middle of a cemetery when presumably no one else would be around and there's a shadow in the back part of the hearse? What could it be? Mortician's is doing the dirty in the hearse.
They try and look at the car from another angle, perhaps thinking that a tree branch had cast the strange shadow on the hearse. However, the shadow can be seen moving around inside the hearse when they view it from another angle.
No mames. ¿Vio?
They decide to get closer. Weirdly, as they approach the hearse, something else spooks the investigators. Watch.
Mire, 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 mire.
Ahí salió.
Mire.
Ahí salió.
¿Vio la reja?
According to the team, there was no wind blowing on the night this footage was recorded. So how did the gate just blow open? And who or what was inside the hearse?
Ahí salió.
Mire.
Ahí salió.
Some viewers think it could have been a homeless person living inside the vehicle, but that doesn't explain the gate moving on its own. This has led many viewers to think that something a little more sinister is afoot in this old cemetery. As always, I'll throw this out to you, the viewer. What do you think's been captured in this mysterious footage? Let us know in the comments section down below.
Yo creo que va a ser todo esto lo que vamos a explorar. Mire, 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 mire.
Ahí salió.
Mire.
Ahí salió.
In April 2020, Steve Ballard was exploring the old grain fort in Kent, UK with a friend. They thought they were the only ones walking through the abandoned tunnels, but the footage they captured would suggest otherwise.
Hello.
Grain Fort was constructed in the early 1860s as part of a coastal defence network designed to protect the Thames estuary. It was commissioned during a period of heightened tension with France. The complex series of interconnected tunnels remained active throughout World War I and World War II.
Yeah, I would surmise maybe there's some paranormal activity in that rundown building.
Until the fort was decommissioned in 1956. In this clip, Steve and his friend Stuart explore the abandoned Grain Fort tunnels.
And he went out here last time as well. It's absolutely mental, Stuart.
Things begin to go a little strange when Steve looks at some old graffiti on the wall. His torch begins playing up.
On the when you go to Grain Fort, there's a load of graffiti on the wall going back to sort of the late 1900s, and that's amazing seeing that. Oh, my torch keeps going out. It's really weird.
For more than half an hour, the pair investigates the dark tunnels, and it seems quite clear they're the only ones in the fort, or so they thought. Watch this next section and see if you can spot anything eerie.
amazing, isn't it?
Really smart, really clean.
Yeah. And it's dry, look. For the best part.
Watching that again as Steve shines his torch down a dark corridor, a shadow can be seen passing by.
And it's dry, look. For the best part.
Yeah.
So who or what created the shadow? Given that Steve and Stuart were in the tunnels for so long and didn't come across anyone else, it's hard to explain the shadowy figure. If it were just another explorer or perhaps even a homeless person, surely they would have made some noise that Steve would have picked up on.
Yeah. And it's dry, look.
That thing just appeared out of nowhere and took off.
Yeah.
The lengthy history of the fort does make you wonder if something more mysterious is going on in these long abandoned tunnels.
Clean.
Yeah. And it's dry, look. For the best part.
Yeah.
Oof, that was creepy.
This footage was shared to TikTok by paranormal investigator Mr. Lee Roberts. It's some CCTV footage captured in an unknown store. The manager opened up in the morning to find the store in a mess. Shelves had been pushed over and stock was left lying all over the floor. Suspecting that someone had broken in overnight, the manager reviewed the security footage. He was stunned at what he saw. Take a look.
Okay. That's one disgruntled customer.
As you can see, all kinds of strange activity was captured by the cameras. A roll of receipts goes flying into the air. Objects get pushed off shelves. A trolley wheels along unaided. And boxes topple over in the storeroom. Some viewers suspected a prank. However, given that stock is clearly damaged, it's hard to imagine an employee pulling a stunt like this just for a bit of fun. It would have surely put their job in jeopardy. This leaves the predominant theory that the store is haunted. Given that it was after hours and no one was in the building, it's easy to see why so many viewers have said they believe it's a ghost. I'll throw this one out to you, the audience. What do you think's been captured here? Let us know your theories in the comment section down below.
One angry ghost customer. Maybe he committed suicide in the store because the cashier refused to take his coupons.
Strange sounds echoing through the night are a surefire way to make your hair stand on end. If you investigate these sounds, like the guys in this video shared to Instagram by paranormal.videos, you may just wish you stayed away. When the footage begins, we can see two young men walking around what appears to be a wooded farm in the dark of night. When they open a gate, things begin to go awry. A strange screeching sound echoes through the air. Once through the fence, we see a small shack or shed on the other side. It looks run down. The camera pans around the building, searching for the source of the eerie sounds. Watching that again in slow motion, a creepy head pops up from atop the roof. We only get a brief look, but its skin appears discolored and its eyes crazed. The two men run away, preventing us from getting a better look.
Well, it's you? If you saw that?
Theories about the creature on the roof have been conflicted. Some viewers think that the footage shows some sort of extraterrestrial or perhaps a cryptid. Others suspect it might be a spirit or even a demon. Still, others are a little more skeptical, believing it to be an ordinary human, perhaps one suffering from a drug addiction. Without additional footage, the identity of the figure on the roof will have to remain a mystery. In late August 2021, a CCTV camera captured something strange in the waters off Sunset Point in LA. At around 6:25 in the morning, while dozens of surfers were waiting for waves, an unidentified submerged object was spotted moving at speed through the water.
What in the world?
The mysterious object moves from left to right, several meters behind the line of waiting surfers.
What sea creature could move that fast, though? Holy crap.
The sighting was submitted to Reddit by user I Survive on Coffee, where it immediately sparked a debate as to what the object might be. A spectrum of plausible theories were thrown around, everything from drones to an RC boat or even just a bird flying by. Due to the low compression rate of the security camera, it's possible these everyday objects appear a little strange on camera. However, there were those that thought something a little more mysterious was afoot, pointing to the fact that the object clearly looked...
Yeah, those, drones, RC boats... I'm sorry, they don't move that fast.
...looks submerged. Just like UFOs, unidentified flying objects, USOs, unidentified submerged objects, have been spotted all around the world. One of the most compelling examples of a UFO/USO was captured in July of 2019 off the coast of San Diego by the US Navy. At around 11 PM PST, USS Omaha spotted an unidentified object moving through the air. It flew straight into the water and disappeared from sight.
31 knots sustained top side gust of 4. What was splashed? Mark bearing and range.
The footage was released to the public by documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell. No wreckage was ever found, nor was there any evidence that anything had entered the water after the sighting took place.
Splashed. Mark bearing and range.
So is the sighting off the coast of Sunset Point yet another USO sighting? Are there unknown craft patrolling our seas without public knowledge? Perhaps they're highly advanced government-controlled units. However, the US military seem to have no knowledge of the object. This has led many to speculate that these sightings are evidence of alien life, sightings of advanced technology that's far beyond human capability. Urban exploration is a popular trend on YouTube. Watch what happens when YouTuber H. Dadam explores a supposedly abandoned house. He and a single cameraman head into the empty house in Turkey. They walk around for a while, searching through all the different rooms. Most abandoned buildings are creepy because they're run down. This one is strange because it's not. It clearly seems as if no one lives there, but most of the former occupants' possessions are still there. It looks as if everyone went out for the day and just never came back.
Burada birisi bak gördün mü Yasin? Burada birisi abi üstünü değiştirmiş. Ben ışığımı kapattım, seninki bayağı aydınlatıyordu. Burada birisi üstünü değiştirmiş arkadaşlar.
The two explorers spend almost half an hour looking through the different parts of the house, not experiencing anything particularly bizarre or scary. They let their guard down as they head back to the car. That's when they spot something unsettling.
Normal olay yaşadık. Burayı da rüzgardan demezsin. Abi! Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammed.
It appears to be an elderly woman with a scarf wrapped around her head, obscuring her face.
Salli ala seyyidina Muhammed.
When they spot her, she begins rolling her head around slowly in a circle. The two men run quickly to their car, away from the old woman.
Ya gidiyorlar ya. Anahtarlar. Abi kamerayı al, kamerayı al.
So what's going on here? Was this woman in the house the whole time they were exploring? If so, how's it possible they failed to notice her or capture her on camera? Some viewers have questioned if she was even human, rather some sort of
Is no one gonna mention the shadow figure right next to her?
spirit. So what do you think? Is this a spirit caught on camera or just a lonely old woman? Let us know your thoughts down below.
Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammed.
I'd be more scared about the shadow figure
Arkadaşlar
next to her.
yemin ederim kapıyı ben kilitledim. Ya gidiyorlar ya.
In this video from YouTube channel Wo Kya Hoga Official, a team of investigators visit some ancient ruins at night time.
अपने आप को सेव करके ये देखें कितनी मैं नहीं आगे नहीं जाता कितनी
Agrasen Ki Baoli is a stepwell in Delhi, India that dates back as far as 3000 BC. Although no one knows for sure, it's believed the ancient structure was built by King Agrasen, a legendary figure from the Suryavanshi dynasty. The stepwell is very deep and narrow and used to be filled with inky black water. In ancient times, visitors claimed that they felt a mysterious presence in the area, as if the waters were calling to them to come closer and throw themselves in to drown. Today, the water is all dried up and visitors can go safely into the claustrophobic stepwell. Present-day tourists report feeling discomfort as if someone's constantly behind them, watching. In the footage, a team of investigators visits the unusual Agrasen Ki Baoli late at night, and their experience seems to corroborate these reports. As they explore the site, they catch a glimpse of a shadowy figure that appears to be following them.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, they had to enhance the video right there, but yeah, I saw it.
Their EVP detector lights up.
बस क्या हुआ
They try to get a better look at the figure using night vision, but still only see a shadow.
अभी ये गाइस एक ही साइज का ओह माय गॉड अस्तगफिरुल्लाह क्या था लाइट दे ये क्या चीज़ है ये क्या चीज़ है खड़ा यार कोई चीज़ है यार
They try talking to it, but get no answer.
कौन हो आप
They turn away for just a moment when a noise distracts them. When they turn back, the shadowy figure is gone.
आवाज़ आई इधर से यार किधर गया नहीं यार एकदम से गायब ये क्या हुआ
This isn't the last they see of the figure, however. It appears again several times. Each time it stares them down from above.
Oh my god
eerily every single time their EVP detector lights up.
तेरे पीछे कोई आया, तेरे पीछे कोई, तेरे पीछे कौन था, कौन था?
So what is this strange figure? Have the team stumbled upon the mysterious force that, according to legend, has haunted the ancient ruins for centuries?
क्या वैसे भाई? उधर कोई चीज़ थी यार, जैसे ही मैंने उधर देखा नीचे से आवाज़ आई है.
Before we take a look at an eerie home video, remember to caress that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all
I'm taking a like a little breather after this one because
channel
like I said, these are some good ones.
notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and mysterious videos. In this video, a young man appears to be video chatting while lying on his bed. Behind him, we can see a small wooden dresser. Watch the edge of this dresser closely as something strange happens. Watching that again, something black and translucent appears from just behind the edge of the dresser. The man spots the anomaly and jumps up to investigate, pointing the camera behind the dresser from multiple angles. Weirdly, there's nothing there. Whatever was behind the dresser has disappeared into thin air. So what's going on in this footage? A trick of the light or something far stranger? Watch the footage closely again and come to your own conclusions.
There was something haunting that house. Wait. Okay, never mind. I thought I saw a face there for a
If you want to
second.
see some more weird paranormal footage, then check out that link on the top.
Dude. Alright. So I'm going to take a little breather, about 4 or 5 minutes, and after that we're going to get to top 5 scary videos that'll scare the daylights out of you. No, that's not on you yet. looking at? Aw. So I was thinking on Monday. You should call and see if we can get a food order.
Sounds good. Put that statement and forward it to the instant some packets.
Good idea. All right. All right. Turn up that text. Let's go ahead and check chat. No change. All right. You good? Great. Back to the scares. Wait, I just realized. Oh my gosh, okay. Volume wasn't all the way up.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks and today we'll take a look at 5 scary videos. The final video on today's list is one of the most incredible pieces of paranormal footage I've ever seen. So stick around.
Bring it!
Until the
Can't
end.
wait for that.
A YouTuber named Jethro Specht uploaded this mysterious video to his channel in October of 2011, who found this eerie piece of footage filmed by a man who was located in South England. The story goes that an amateur historian was exploring a local ruin called Smoky when he came across a new expensive camera that was simply left in the middle of the ruined building. When he took the camera home and examined the footage, what he saw absolutely petrified him. So what in the world could this man have possibly captured on camera that
I found footage video.
scared him so much?
Interesting.
Well, without further ado, let's have a look.
He didn't see that?
By taking a good look at the man's footage, you can see what appears to be some sort of mysterious dark figure looming throughout this eerie building. The figure, which appeared to be wearing robes and a hood, took up the space of entire doorways and seemed to be barring the cameraman's way.
So what could have possibly happened here? What happened to this cameraman? It definitely makes you wonder, seeing as how this was found on his video camera, which was left abandoned. Almost like a found footage movie. Maybe he's still out there somewhere, but we will probably never know for sure. Mark B Television has a YouTube channel with various different topics. Some videos are considered funny, whereas some are just bizarre, such as a video of somebody getting arrested in a big city. However, one of his videos has stood out like a sore thumb, mainly because of just how unsettling it is. The video, which was published to Mark's channel in November of 2021, sees him venturing out to Bucket Hole Clough Park in Blackley, Manchester. Throughout the video, we watch Mark as he makes his way around the area, looking for anything of intrigue. For a while though, it doesn't seem as if Mark is going to capture anything special. That is, until this happens.
Now this is a wooden bridge, and as I said, it leads to the 99 steps and to the higher bridge. And the thing about Bucket Hole Clough Park is... Hello? Hello? Who's that? Who's that?
Mark is walking around talking to his subscribers when he suddenly looks up and notices a terrifying man standing in dark clothing who slowly begins to walk toward him. This obviously deeply unsettles Mark, who proceeds to ask who the man is and what he wants, but he gets no response. Gratefully, Mark is smart enough to run away from the area as fast as he can, making sure he doesn't stick around long enough for this man to do anything else. But it definitely does make you wonder what would have happened had he not been so quick on his feet. And equally important, who in the world is this strange man, and what was he doing in the area? It's a mystery that will forever remain unsolved.
But sometimes the answers are best left alone.
A Mexican YouTuber named Mysterio JL is well known by his subscribers for his frequent uploads, which typically focus on him exploring allegedly haunted and abandoned buildings and documenting his findings for his viewers. In one video published to his channel in November of 2021, Mysterio is exploring an undisclosed building that looks as if it has seen better days. The building is worn down, with graffiti strewn all over the walls, and the interior so quiet that you could hear a pin drop. At about the 10-minute mark in the video, Mysterio and his friends suddenly get a strange feeling while investigating and proceed to explore with a bit more caution than before. Little did they know that someone or something was actually watching them. Take a look.
Se vio algo acá a este lado, güey. Acá colombiano, pasó algo ahí.
Oh, I saw it. Right there.
Just 2 minutes later, the two men explore an entirely different area in the building when they hear this.
Hoy. Hoy.
No. just okay. First, I love you too. Second, you're exploring an abandoned building that's allegedly haunted. It's dark out, and your nerves are already on edge enough as it is. But then you hear the sound of a crying baby. Why do I endure this for nearly 3 hours a day, 3 hours a night, every Saturday? Because you watch. You watch and you see my reactions and you laugh at me. You laugh at moments like this where I'm just. It's okay. I'm not expecting you to pat me on the back or anything like that, and be like, oh, it's okay, that's okay. No. What I'm expecting is, you're doing this to yourself, because I am. Just that's general consensus. I'm doing this to myself. So. Shall we continue? Okay.
Oi. Oi.
At this point, they are getting significantly freaked out, but they nevertheless continue to press forward with the investigation, which proves to be a mistake. While trying to get the attention of any potential spirits in the area, something genuinely terrifying can be seen lingering in the background of this shot.
Ooh. Kid. He saw that too. Cameron saw that too.
Kid. Kid.
A mysterious dark figure rushes by in the background, causing the videographer to gasp in complete shock. Just a few moments later, Mysterio and his partner make the decision to flee the area as quickly as possible, not wanting to stick around to see what the strange figure was. Was this the ghost of a deceased child, the one that said "Mama" earlier, or was this something entirely different? We may never know the answer. YouTuber Dark Ghost Paranormal uploaded video to his channel in August of 2021 that sees him heading out to an abandoned school bunker located somewhere in Germany that is allegedly very haunted. Immediately when he arrives on the scene, he can tell that the school bunker has long been abandoned. Bits of rubble and debris are scattered around the area, and it looks as though the place hasn't been touched in ages, making his surroundings that much more unsettling. At one point in the video, a stationary camera that was set up in one of the school's corridors seems to capture something quite unnerving. Take a look. About 2 minutes later, while exploring one room, the YouTuber notices something very bizarre happen with one of the pieces of furniture in the room, before something else happens regarding a box in a separate room.
Я в этой комнате. Дай мне знак, если я в этой комнате. Дай мне знак, если надо где-то еще искать.
Jesus!
Моменты.
Keep this in mind, but before we proceed, that at the start of this video, Sir Spooks himself said that number 1 was the most compelling piece of paranormal footage he's ever seen. More compelling than this, more compelling than the baby. I am not looking forward to it.
So far, this place has shown some genuinely intense paranormal activity, but nonetheless, Dark Ghost Paranormal works up the courage to continue on with his investigation. This, of course, proves to be a mistake. Take a look at the terrifying encounters that happen next.
Oh, I see you. Shadow finger.
Ты специально меня сюда заманила?
Turn on. Not. Depending on what you see next.
Отпусти меня.
Understandably, not wanting to stay any longer, he can no longer take being in the building and calls it a day. But the question still looms. What in the world did he experience during his investigation? Furniture was seen to move around, strange noises were heard, and doors seemed to lock by themselves, all while he was on the other side. Was there some sort of ghostly apparition trying to trap him there? I'll let you decide.
Okay, so the whole thing about him not wanting to be there anymore, and, you know, Sir Spook's just casually saying he decides to call it a day and all that. There's a couple problems with that. How could he have seen his way if the lights weren't working, and how was he able to get out if the doors were mysteriously locking? How can you just call it a day during an investigation that intense?
This last video you're about to watch is from a channel that has been featured on my channel before with the first sighting of a pixie video. And there's no denying that this is one of the most incredible pieces of paranormal evidence I've ever seen. The video was uploaded by Erwin Saunders on August 14th, 2021 and sees the man exploring a worm cave that he had previously explored. After talking about what they will be doing inside the cave and talking about its history, Erwin and his friend proceed to enter the massive pitch black cave. For a while, nothing out of the ordinary seems to happen. Both Erwin and his friend explore the area with their flashlights equipped so they can see better, but come up relatively empty in terms of discoveries. At one point, a bat flies around in the cave, which startles Erwin's friend for a moment before he trudges onward.
What? There's a bat in here.
Oh, what?
It's flying around. Oh. So there are bats.
But the real terrifying thing happens just about a minute later, as Erwin's friend makes his way deeper into the cave. Something legitimately heart-stopping appears out of nowhere, causing the man to be completely frozen in fear, not knowing what to do or say. Look at this footage and prepare to be amazed.
Have you got your camera going?
Yeah, it's going now.
Okay.
Okay, Owen. Owen.
Okay.
What in the world?
Run.
I can't go. I'm burning my hand.
A gigantic cave worm appears to squirm its way out of a crevice in the cave before it then slithers its way ever closer to the two men. Amazingly though, both men show extreme calm and do not panic, making their way out of the cave in a quiet manner, whereas I think most of us would be trying our best not to let out a blood-curdling scream. This video just goes to show you that the most terrifying things can sometimes show up when you least expect it. I bet you'll never look at a cave the same way ever again.
That's it?
And that was 5 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did...
That was obvious CGI. I mean, good CGI, I'll admit, but CGI nonetheless. Dude, you disappointed me with that. Alright, next is Chills. 14 scary videos you should avoid watching.
Do you really think you can handle 14 scary videos in a row? If not, you'd better keep your eyes closed. From poltergeists to human jawbones, these are the scary videos you should avoid watching. Number 14, Pubman. Has a ghost ever taken a liking to you? Published to the r/ghosts subreddit. StayRB89 claims that as a child, he was stalked by a male ghost at his grandparents' pub. The Redditor shares a clip that was filmed in the early 90s. He explains that his mom was filming him with his granddad's new camcorder while she and his nan were cleaning the pub that morning. No one else was there, but someone else appears to be hiding in this video. In the bottom left, you can see the Redditor as a toddler. His head bobs up and down for a moment. The ghost in question can be seen peeking around the post in the middle of the room. Some in the comments believe it's a man playing around with the kid, but he insists his mom and nan were the only ones in that morning. Others think it's a sneaky ghost. One thing everyone can agree on is that they were not alone. Number 13, Human Jawbone. The outdoors are beautiful and peaceful, but they can also be a burial ground. Published by Outdoors Bryce in May of 2021, this YouTuber was just out looking for shells or fossils when he uncovered something a bit more chilling. Bryce pulled from the river a human jawbone.
I was just exploring this water right here, looking for shells, any kinds of bones or fossils, and I believe I just came across a human jawbone.
The jaw appears to still have 2 molars fastened to it.
There's 2 molars, and I don't know any fish that has teeth like that.
He hopes the uncanny find is a product of the burial sites located along the river, but he'd like to get an archaeologist to date the bone. He also called the cops in case it was more recently discarded evidence.
What's up, man?
What do you think?
Where'd you find that?
2 beaches down.
Bryce writes, "This was the last thing I expected to find on my day of fishing. In my opinion, this has to be this fisherman's creepiest catch. Number 12, faces in the closet. Some are afraid of the boogeyman in their closet, but what if there are a dozen?" Posted on TikTok by Shadow Reacts, this creepy video shows a woman and her daughter in the living room, seemingly having a normal time, until the camera pans over to the closet. The bottom half of
Yeah, this also appeared in one of those compilations of Japanese ghost videos that I occasionally frequent to find new clips and all that. I've seen this clip before, and it's like, could you have made it any more obvious?
of the closet appears to contain a pile of large demon-like faces. They could be masks, maybe, but then one of them blinks. Are you seeing what I think I'm seeing? There has to be more to this clip than what meets the eye. Something paranormal has to be going on in that house. Number 11, haunting figure. If you hear dogs going wild at night, they may be onto something. Posted to TikTok by Pow Markism, a haunting figure terrifies the streets in the scary video. The obscure pale figure was captured on film drifting down a dark street at night. The figure is making an awful rasping noise. Neighborhood dogs bark up a chorus. The creepy figure then starts wailing while continuing to drift down the lamplit street. Paula believes that this is the famous Latin American folkloric creature, La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman. La Llorona roams the riverfront, mourning her children who she took the lives of. Could this be Weeping Woman in the, I want to say, flesh? Or are these dogs going mad for nothing? Number 10, ghost thief. Let's be transparent. This is not a phantom, but it is creepy. Posted to TikTok by Alex Ho Howard. Alex claims this ghost took his shoes. The security footage shows a figure in a long dress appearing at the doorstep of this family home. The owner's shoes are placed outside the front door. The figure looks straight up at the camera before leaning over and carefully choosing a pair of shoes. The so-called ghost takes a sweet time making his selection. He also seems to lean in the doorway to look inside. Finally, he makes a decision, grabs a pair of shoes, and nimbly walks away.
But why shoes?
Well, no one in the comments is under the...
Does this guy who wears women's wigs and too much mascara really have nothing better to do with his time than steal shoes?
impression that this is an actual ghost. This doesn't make the shoe thief any less creepy. I think they better set up some motion detectors. Number 9, merman. If you have a Disney-fied image of mermaids and mermen, then your mind is about to be blown. Published by JJPD Producciones in July of 2018, this scary video has me questioning reality. The clip, taken near a sea, shows a creepy creature washed atop a broken concrete pier. The creature looks ghoulish, its skin a lighter tone of the brackish waters behind him.
Hold your camera still. You know, when he's moving his camera around like that, it's hard for us to get a good enough look to ascertain whether or not it's real or fake. Ascertain whether it's real.
llamando.
Upon closer inspection, the creature appears humanoid, with big black eyes and an upper body that's more or less human, while its lower body ends in a tail. He also appears to have gills protruding from the side of his head. When the cameraman moves to climb over a ledge to get a closer look, the merman can't be bothered. He quickly turns back toward the sea and dives headfirst off the pier.
Hey. No, no. Dame la cámara.
I'm skeptical about the legitimacy of this video, since this channel is known for their CGI work, but it still raises the question, do mermen exist? If they do, this scary video may be proof that they're a
Now, it's either really good CGI or an animatronic.
far cry from the colorful cartoon versions we've pictured. Number 8, being followed. This explorer thinks he was stalked while exploring an abandoned hospital. Published by Chizza Chad in August of 2021, the crew is discovering this dark and decrepit place when they start to feel like they were being watched.
I swear to God, man. I feel like something's like, kind of like just watching from a distance.
They think they hear footsteps in the distance. Later, as one of the crew is looking at little yellow post-it notes with random messages written on them, he hears some repeated tapping against metal.
This is somebody's handwriting. Elsa?
While down in the chemotherapy suite, he starts to get lost. He again feels like something is behind him, and then hears a loud noise.
Because something has been behind me, man.
Thinking it's just water, he moves on, but the feeling like he's being followed never leaves. Is something invisible watching Chad, and will it ever stop? I think Chad should stay away from this place. Number 7, Shadow Poltergeist. When poltergeists take on a physical form, perhaps that form is a shadow. Published in September of 2021 by Gage Mansfield. You can hear this shadow figure before you'll see it. The video shows a dark room in a lit hallway. On the desk near the camera, an object starts to move before it's unceremoniously flung to the ground. Then the lights in the hallway beyond flicker on and off. They stay off for a time as the room remains silent, but then they start to flicker again. It's when they are off at the end of the clip that the shadow person appears. You can see a human-like profile standing a moment in the dark doorway before the creepy figure disappears. Is this the shadow that caused all the commotion? Finally, we can answer the age-old question, what do poltergeists look like? Number 6, rocking chair. It seems the former residents of this home haven't yet left. Posted to Ghost Club Paranormal's channel in their TikTok, the woman says she's been experiencing paranormal activity in her new house. The new homeowner said that she was walking past this hallway when she saw something mysterious. A rocking chair, which belonged to the original owner, was slowly rocking back and forth.
Okay, I just had to go into the kitchen to get my phone. I was just walking by this doorway. That chair is clearly walking by itself.
No one was sitting in it. No one was in the room. She notes that there are no drafts, nor is there a fan in the room.
There's no drafts. There's no fan.
She asks the entity to make a banging noise and hears a quiet knock from the kitchen.
There's somebody here. Can you make a banging noise for me?
When she gets closer to the chair, it stops rocking. Many in the comments say they don't feel bad vibes from this video, and they think it's unlikely that whatever presence is in this home is looking to harm anyone. Despite this, a new owner says she's been getting rid of the former owner's things in the house. She wanted to keep the chair because she liked it, but is now thinking it should go too. But will the spirit go with it? Number 5, Roar in the Woods.
you know, if you're, one thing that I've learned about hauntings is that spirits will sometimes cling to certain objects that were in the home that they were in. So if that said object is removed from the home, the spirit may get aggressive. So, don't get rid of the chair.
What would you do if you heard this creepy sound in the dark woods at night? Published in July of 2017 by Sweet Dreams, this scary video captured an unknown creature in the North Georgia woods. Some boys are lighting off firecrackers when they start to hear a strange animalistic roar.
That's pretty cool, man.
I wanted it to go up in the air, man.
It was still cool.
As they walk across the field in search of its source, the roar turns to a rattle. They seem to be getting closer to the creature as the noises grow louder.
I've seen this stuff before now that
Whatever is making the noise starts to gag and rasp.
What is that?
Eventually, the camera captures a clammy-looking, long-legged, pale figure hunched over in the darkness. They watch it for a moment as it stands still.
We should get out of here.
They run away for a minute, but the group convinces the guy with the camera to go back.
Go get it.
We need to get the jar.
No, go see if it's injured.
We need to get the jar.
Dude, this is Snap Gold. Go get it.
As he approaches the creature again, he finds that it's in pursuit of them. This time they really do run.
What the?
But the creature catches up to them, screeching its strange noise. It appears to be covered in red liquid from its mouth down to its navel, as if it was feasting on something. They flee the creature and they don't look back. Did it catch them? I hope not. And since this footage made it online, I think they managed to get away. Number 4, work ghost. You know that cabinet at work that's off limits? That might be because there's a ghost trapped inside. Published to the r/ghosts subreddit by Careful Swordfish 742, this creepy cabinet appears to have a mind of its own. The clip shows a woman working at her desk inside a room with a large cabinet against the wall. The door is closed at first, but when it pops open, a beam of light can be seen dancing around, with ghost light trailing after it. The Redditor explains that before the cabinet popped open, the door rattled loudly, which is what she believes popped the latch loose. She writes, "When I turned around, I did see the light moving around in odd patterns. It was incredibly jarring." She also claims that this isn't the only strange thing that's happened in her office. The Redditor feels like she's being watched and once felt her hair tugged randomly. Does this office have some sinister secrets that it's just dying to share? Not sure if I want to know. I don't want to be haunted by this ghost. Number 3, Molly Stark Sanatorium. The Molly Stark Sanatorium in Ohio was built in 1929 but has since been abandoned. The grounds were later opened as a country park, and many ghost hunters visit the creepy place to encounter the TB hospital's former patients. Urbex Hill is one of them. Published in October of 2021, this scary video explores the TB clinic and does not come up short. The urban explorers navigate through several floors of haunting hallways and rooms, at last arriving at the encounter we've been waiting for. The action occurs in one deep dark hallway, with pipes running up the length of the ceiling. At a distance, a ghostly pale figure appears in the darkness for a moment before disappearing again. A close-up of the image shows an outline in the shadows. Then the pale figure emerges briefly and disappears. Some in the comments wonder if it may be an actual person, which would explain the footsteps that the crew heard earlier.
I didn't see anything.
But others are convinced that what we're looking at here is paranormal. Some think the figure appears to be wearing a white lab coat, which we might assume belongs to a former TB doctor who may have worked at the hospital. What are you seeing? Can you believe your eyes? Number 2, campout creature. These campers told one too many ghost stories around the campfire. Then they experienced Can you believe dog?
Oh, down here on the floor. I was looking in this big area. I was looking down there.
Who may have worked at the hospital. What are you seeing? Can you believe your eyes? Number 2, campout creature. These campers told one too many ghost stories around the campfire. Then they experienced one real horror show firsthand. Published by Caught on Camera TV in November of 2020. This scary video might make you put a lock on your tent zipper while looking for their friend Alexis. This group of campers hears a terrifying scream in the woods.
Alexis?
They come across a structure of wood built around a tree. Inside the shelter is their friend. It appears she is tied to the tree and completely out of it. After a moment, a humanoid creature bursts onto the scene for a split second in the structure's entryway. The creature has far too many arms and springs out at the group in a threatening pose. They all start to scream and flee. The camera is dropped on the ground. Is this a rake or the real Blair Witch Project, as some in the comments are saying? One thing's for sure though, when this thing is in my nightmares tonight, I'll wish I'd never seen it. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it Dylan is chillin' YT and line. Even ghost cats need a home. Published by WMV 4648 in January of 2009. The description notes that this is just an ordinary video of an unknown guy doing some recording stuff in his room. But what happens next is extraordinary. According to the video's owner, there was no one in his house at the time, and he owns no cats. And yet, as the man is recording himself playing guitar, what appears to be a cat is moving in the right-hand bottom corner of the frame. At the same time, something keeps flickering in the mirror next to the musician. The ghost cat moves back and forth a few times as the man plays. Some in the comments note that you can see through the cat. Is this a phantom feline or just a stray gone astray? Many people often say I'll have to see it to believe it when talking about something that is truly fascinating and unexpected.
Alright, so that was chills. All those in the UK are fake. No, it can't see a thing. Yeah, it was weird, but I went back to take another peek and I saw something on the ground. I think that's what it was talking about. Alright, next is King Frostmare. Oh wow, almost 200,000 subscribers. Can we go over that? Can we go over to his channel and subscribe? Because he's almost there, man. That'd be sweet. Alright, the scariest things found on video.
Hello guys, time for scary videos. Today with a creepy sighting in a backyard and some spooky business in an abandoned school. Now let's buckle up and stay frosty. The following clips come to us from Muro75 from Germany, who is experiencing some paranormal activity in his apartment and has filmed some of the startling events. He writes on the first video, "Something like this happens almost every night. Some constant and very loud banging can be heard from Muro's front door. However, once he approaches, nobody and nothing can be seen."
Come on. Really? You're telling me that, you know, you got fooled by someone crouching in front of the door and continuing to knock? Come on, buddy.
Seen from the peephole. Some commenters warned Muro not to open the door. There are many superstitions regarding knocking on the door. Some say a knocking means a family member is trying to reach out to you, but others say it is a predictor of death or bad news incoming. The second video is even more puzzling. He writes as the caption, "Here is your proof. Pay attention to the balcony door." While Muro is inspecting the window and door area, a dark figure can be seen creeping up behind the uploader. The apparition is completely dark. Its arm can be seen outstretched in front of it, and its head looks like it might be covered in a cloak. To no surprise, when it turns around, the figure is nowhere to be seen. When it turns back towards the door, it is flung open. It does appear that the spirit that was knocking has managed to enter the house. What are your thoughts? Is this a legitimate haunting? Are you also looking for some great Black Friday deals? Or are you perhaps thinking about the upcoming Christmas season? How about an amazing Japanese steel knife set? Click the link below or go to kamikoto.com/frostmare and use promo code frostmare to save an extra $50 today. The next clip was uploaded to Reddit by user John Slang, who captured this footage on his Ring surveillance camera outside his house at 5 AM. He wrote, "I think I caught a ghost on my Ring. Brightened the video with my iPhone. Keep an eye on the far left of the recording."
Just kind of walked out, huh? Are you guys able to see that with my head in the way? Yeah, you guys can see it.
John states that he has no idea who or what this could have been, and that he was pretty spooked by the sighting. Many commenters have mentioned that the figure in the video appears to be headless and dressed all in white. There's no surveillance footage showing any person entering the area, and John knows this is not a person from his household. Everybody was asleep at the time. So, was this a paranormal incident? The following short clip was taken during a tennis tournament. The uploader was filming one of the matches when something unexpected appeared on the court. Let's take a look. To the left of the field, a dark shadow that appears around 2 or 3 feet tall is seen moving smoothly and quickly.
And it got hit by the tennis ball.
Towards the center of the court, and then as the tennis ball approaches, the figure disappears into thin air. What do you guys make of this clip? Is this a real ghost sighting? Was it something else? Maybe a reflection of some sorts? Or was it just editing?
I don't know, it could have been real. All I know is that it was really comical.
In this clip, we're taking a look at another paranormal investigation from Dark Life, aka Dennis. This time he's visiting a location known as the House of the Witch. This house has clearly been long abandoned, but interestingly, there still seems to be all sorts of furniture and belongings left inside. Dennis starts the investigation by placing cameras in the main living area of the house and leaves to the hallway to watch the cameras from a distance. Doesn't take long until some mysterious events start happening.
Why though? Just why though?
Some interference is heard, followed by a blood-curdling scream. What could possibly have made such a noise? This does not sound like any normal human scream to me. The furniture is also pushed by an unseen force, and then the camera is launched from its place. or what do you think could have caused this chaos?
I'd be out of there, I know that's for sure.
After Dennis approaches the closet, we can see something is causing the hangers in the closet to sway on their own. After seeing this, Dennis rightfully decides it is probably time to leave the witch's house and wraps up the investigation. What do you guys think of this installment in the Dark Life series of investigations? As always, please check out his channel if you can.
The Lantern Man.
The next clip was uploaded by Quemahoning Paranormal Group, which is located in southwestern Pennsylvania. They claim the entity caught in the video is the Lantern Man, who's known around that area in the United States. There are multiple documented sightings over the last 10 years. The Lantern Man of the Quemahoning Dam is an entity that is said to lurk in and around the reservoir. He is most often encountered as a distant, out-of-place red light, where there should be no logical reason to be one. Those few who have encountered him up close claim him to appear skeletal and muddy, with white eyes. The man who filmed the clip was driving home from a fishing trip through a forest road, which was remote and would not logically have had people walking on the side alone at this hour. After driving for a short while, the dashcam footage picks up a creature on the right shoulder of the road.
Seen that clip before.
The entity looks to be around 6 feet tall, very pale white skin, dark pants, and is holding what does appear to be a lantern in his right hand. It definitely is odd to have someone or something walking around alone at night in this way. Is this a paranormal capture? Let me know your thoughts.
That's definitely not normal, that's for sure.
The next clip comes from Toronto, Canada, and was filmed by a woman named Melissa Smith. Melissa captured this footage from a baby camera after she unfortunately suffered a miscarriage. She also stated that the same night she lost her child, toys turned on and off, and music would randomly start playing that night as well. The creepy events escalated from there, says Melissa. She believes the spirit haunting her is the baby she lost. In the video, the crib is completely empty. However, something seems to be moving the baby blanket in unpredictable motions. But creepiest of all, look behind the crib. Do you see that? There appears to be a face peering in from close to the floor. Many commenters have said that this does not appear to be the spirit of a baby, but rather seems to be something demonic, especially due to the sinister-looking face peeking into the crib. What are your thoughts? Is this Melissa's child sending her signs from beyond? Was something more darker responsible for this? The next clip comes to us from China and is an investigation of an area known as Corpse Island. The channel, Supernatural, features a small group of paranormal investigators that visit lots of haunted and abandoned locations. This derelict building they are visiting in this episode appears to have been a morgue in the past, since it is rumored to still have some coffins inside. The team is checking out one of the doorways when something catches the cameraman's eye.
你这镜头太亮了，不在了啊！把它全死了啊！我这个手电筒太亮了。你把它打暗去的。有有继续录屏。哟。哦。还有头发，有头发。那个
What appears to be either a woman or a young girl is briefly seen in the doorway before disappearing behind the wall. Unfortunately, this was not their last spirit encounter for the night.
到蓝精灵这里就卡死了。我操！什么情况？等一下。这里没来过吧？千让大哥，前面我来的时候你在。哟，哪里出来那个？
Again, we can see just the side of what appears to be some sort of figure, but once the light is shined on them, they once again disappear quickly. They make it further into this old building and find a room that seems to be full of coffins, along with various items that appear to belong to shrines for the dead inside.
1、2、1，他妈！哎呦！哦！
Did you hear that too? Was this a moaning? How's that possible?
Why would you try to open
Team hears a
casket?
crashing noise behind them and decides to exit the location as quickly as
What's
possible.
wrong with you?
What do you guys make of this investigation? Do you
You know, you even have the creepy that preceded that. That followed that. Why would you do that? Why would you open up a coffin of the dead?
think the team may have upset some spirits by coming to this location?
Yeah, I would say so.
The next clip was uploaded to YouTube by user Angel Martinez. This video was taken near Albuquerque, New Mexico, just off of Route 66. Angel says he saw the creature in his headlights before pulling out his phone to film. He states, "They were skinny, bony, and walking on their back legs. They may have had some sort of dead animal on their heads. And there were at least 20 or more. They made weird noises as they ran from us. It sounded nothing like a cow or other animal."
That's it right there, huh? What is that? It's fucking scary.
Looks like a cow.
In the middle of nowheres.
Yeah, that could just be the pattern on its head.
Whoa.
In the video, we can make out two pair of eyes around the bush, and they appear to notice Angel's vehicle straight away. Angel believes these were skinwalkers. Some commenters have guessed these also could be Wendigos. What do you think? A strange creature? Or was it just cows after all?
I think it's just cows. You know, if it was something as dangerous as a skinwalker or a Wendigo, you'd think they would have charged after the car.
The following video was uploaded by paranormal investigator Alberto Del Arco. This time, Alberto and his team are visiting a school that has been abandoned since 2015, when there was a fire that resulted in multiple unfortunate deaths. The team starts the investigation by making their way through the quick overgrown grass outside the school. They call out multiple times to see if perhaps there are other people exploring tonight. However, they seem to be completely alone in the abandoned school.
Se oyó algo que se cayó, ¿no? Sí, esto se está cayendo, vean.
The team makes their way downstairs to this large open room, and that is when they notice movement behind them.
¿Cómo es que era este espacio antes? ¿Qué, güey? ¿Qué? Oh, aquí, todo esto. Toda la estructura está moviendo mucho. A ver. Ay. Uy, me tropecé. Pero, a ver, es como un efecto péndulo, ¿ya vieron?
Just the wind? Or is it possible something is trying to communicate with Alberto in this building?
Cuidado.
After exploring the building further, the team makes their way outside, but the strange occurrences are not quite finished yet.
Mira, 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 mira. Prendió otra vez, igual, hasta el amarillo. Mira.
As we can see clearly in the video, nobody was touching the blue door before it started shaking, but only moments after that, something can be seen on the upper floor of the building, right behind Alberto.
Han quedado invadidas por todo esto, ¿no? Invadidas por lo que es... ¿Qué, güey? ¿Qué? Allá, güey, se me hizo ver una sombra.
Yep, there it is.
The shadow is seen quickly moving from inside the window and then disappearing out of sight. Is this possibly another attempt to get the team's attention? What do you guys make of this paranormal investigation? Do you believe the spirits of those lost in the fire still linger in the school?
Okay, 1727. I'll just say 1725. But I wanna rewind it back here a little bit because I saw something that King Frostmare may have missed.
¿Qué, güey? ¿Qué?
Right here, you can see like a shadow mist starting, right here and traveling upwards. Watch.
Oh, aquí, todo esto. Toda la estructura está moviendo mucho. A ver.
It was very faint, but I was barely able to make it out.
Now we will be looking into the haunting of Maddie Bark. Maddie is experiencing paranormal activity in her home and is sharing her experiences on her channel. Maddie lives in Maine, and it appears from her videos that this haunting has been plaguing her for over a year now. Let's take a look into some of the occurrences around her home.
I swear to God I saw it.
You saw it?
I saw it and I heard it. It was like a weird screech. I swear to God I saw something.
Oh my God, what is that?
It was on the tree line. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What the heck is that?
Yo, let's go outside. Let's go.
I don't know what that was.
In her first clip, she spots something outside her window and quickly pulls her phone out to record it. The figure appears to be mostly draped in white, walking rather quickly, but the most disturbing part, what many viewers notice, is how tall the entity is. Many pointed out that it appears to be as tall or even taller than the trees in Maddie's backyard. Maddie quickly turns on the light to spot the creature, but unfortunately it is out of sight by then. Could this be the first sighting of the spirit that haunts Maddie's house? Things escalate quickly from there in the second clip.
Maggie? Oh my God. Maggie? Who is the fuck? Oh my God.
Loud noises were heard from outside the house, so Maddie and her friend decide to come down while filming.
Do you see anything?
No, I don't see anything.
Once again, an apparition in white can be seen outside Maddie's house. The figure lingers at the door for a few moments before disappearing. The third video that Maddie posted was taken from her basement.
Now, one thing to know as well is that apparition, as it was leaving, moved immediately to the right. But when they opened the door, there was nothing there to support someone standing. In fact, there was a railing there that would have blocked an actual person from just walking through it. But that thing just walked right through it.
One night, and she believes to have captured poltergeist activity. After the boxes fall or are pushed by an unseen force, what looks to be a face can be seen from the shelves. Some viewers have said this haunting seems more like a demon than a lost spirit. What do you think?
Ugh, that's creepy. Oh, dang it.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
I don't know what that last part was about. Alright. Now, we've made it to the last video. You know what that means. It's time for the GOAT, the king, to do top 5. Huh? And this is the top 10 ghost videos to scare you silly.
Top 10 ghosts caught on camera, desecrated. Japanese paranormal YouTube channel Fourth Wall has been sent several videos taken at the same cemetery somewhere in Japan. The graveyard is said to be haunted by the tragic ghost of a little boy who drowned in a pond 30 years ago. His parents laid him to rest in the cemetery and commissioned a beautiful statue of their son to be placed at his gravesite to honor and remember him. Late one night, heartless vandals desecrated the grave, destroying the statue and stealing its head. Since then, local legend says that the headless spirit of the child roams the graveyard, forever looking for his missing head. In September of 2015, a CCTV camera at the cemetery records this shocking footage.
Oh, I saw this earlier tonight.
In the dead of night, a shadow-like figure can be seen walking along the graves. After word of this disturbingly creepy video spread, a Japanese ghost hunter decided to investigate the cemetery for himself. It did not go well.
Yeah, you didn't notice that at first?
The ghost hunter hears something and turns to see an odd white apparition, but he whips back around and nothing there. He seems to think he imagined it, but when he turns toward the other end of the cemetery row, the apparition is now right in front of him. In abject terror, he makes a run for it. So could it be that these strange figures are the spirit of the little boy, forever wandering the cemetery? Let me know what you think.
Yeah, the clip I watched earlier tonight did not show this part.
You can watch this full video and many more spooky Japanese ghost videos over on the YouTube channel Fourth Wall. Croatian Creeper. Popular YouTuber Dennis Domian sets out to explore the Bribir Cemetery in his hometown of Bribir, Croatia for his quote, scary bedtime stories video series. He says that throughout his childhood, the cemetery has always given him the creeps, and even now he feels uncomfortable just being there. In the dead of night, he gives a video tour through the graveyard when suddenly he records something that's just unnerving.
Ok, lagano idem jer imam feeling ko da nisam sam.
Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Someone or some strange distorted figure can be seen standing amongst the graves. But when Dennis turns back, it's gone. Throughout the video, it can be seen that the small cemetery is completely empty, and Dennis swears he was all alone. So just who Or what is this strange, distorted thing? The ghost of the mosh pit. Now, most of the time we think of creepy paranormal video as occurring in the dark, and maybe in creepy old abandoned places. But here's a video that's from a live daytime heavy metal music festival in San Bernardino, California in 2011. And just watch very closely, because it's about to get weird. So a very big guy goes charging into the mosh pit when suddenly he seems to get clotheslined by someone or something that is completely invisible, and he goes flying backwards. Now, that would be weird enough, but his friend helps him up, and then he seems to get forcefully yanked backwards again by some unseen force. He even seems to get dragged backwards along the ground. So is this just the ghost of an angry metal fan? Is this guy just an incredible mime? Or what happened here?
I don't know.
You tell me.
That's freaking bizarre.
Caught on camera. Instagram user Satanic Tacos, aka Heather, says she is skeptical of all things paranormal and doesn't believe in the afterlife or ghosts. But late one night, her 1-year-old son wakes up very upset and doesn't stop crying for over 2 hours.
Yeah, again, if Taco Bell ever released a very spicy taco and called it that, it would sell.
Bizarrely, the motion detectors on the CCTV cameras around Heather's house were going off too. She checked her recorded CCTV footage, and to her shock, just after her child starts crying, one of the cameras outside catches something downright creepy. A strange translucent figure seems to appear right out of the wall of the lower deck and can be seen walking through the snow away from the house. Heather says she has no idea what this could be and is a little freaked out about the timing with her son's crying. Now, as for myself, usually I would just say that this is a compression error in the camera and that it's blurring a person who is walking in darkness. But everything else here in the video is perfectly clear and the footage is well lit. So I'm a bit confused myself. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the channel.com, nice Nukes Top 5 on the road. Now this next creepy video was sent in by a very nice Nukes Top 5 viewer, but it's an old clip and the source is unknown. The video is believed to have been something horrible. It's an old clip and the source is unknown. The video is believed to have been recorded in the West Java area of Indonesia, and it shows 2 men encountering something horrifying on the road.
Kalau balik, ayo. Balik, ayo. Mana? Ini nela. Anjing nanta, Bu. Nanta, Bu. Dah letik nama. Ih. Kasih. Subhanallah. Nanta. Allahu la ilaha illallah. Nanta, Bu. Astagfirullahaladzim. Nanti itu la ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Allahu la ilaha illallah. Astagfirullahaladzim. Nanti itu la ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah.
The 2 men pray continuously as they encounter what looks to be an extremely pale figure of a little girl. Even more terrifying, as they get closer, the figure seems to float up into the night sky above them. Now, because I don't know the actual source of this video, it's impossible to check its legitimacy in any way. But real or not, it's definitely
creepy.
very creepy.
It's
And it certainly shocked me when I first watched it. I was not expecting the flying. Crying in the dark. Paranormal investigators Jordan and Johnny from the YouTube channel Paranormal set out to investigate an old house in Manitoba, Canada that's believed to be haunted. The story goes that in the 1960s, a woman named Rachel discovered that her husband of only 2 months had run off with another woman. It is said that neighbors heard Rachel sobbing uncontrollably shortly before taking her own life. Cut to current day. It is said that in the house, lights turn on and off by themselves. Strange written notes have been left behind, and loud disembodied sobbing has been heard coming from the basement. Not long after the Paranormies start their overnight investigation.
Why did he even marry her if he was just gonna leave her in 2 months after 2 months? So messed up.
The guys decide to head down into the gloomy basement. That's when investigator Johnny hears and captures something downright chilling.
My camera got knocked over. Sorry about that.
What was that?
You heard something?
Yeah, it sounded like a kid's voice.
Ready. It said...
Ready?
What did it say earlier? Did it say child? Yeah, it did say
It
child.
sounded like a kid's voice coming from down here. I don't know if I want to turn these lights off. I was going to turn them off.
Johnny is shocked when he hears the sound of sobbing coming from somewhere down in the basement. The guys now believe that the spirit of Rachel might be with them. Meanwhile, earlier in the investigation, the Paranormies set up 3 separate motion-activated REM pod devices on the main floor of the house. As they're investigating down in the basement, they hear something truly bizarre.
You heard that? Footsteps upstairs?
I heard it.
REM pod.
And then another one.
The investigators hear footsteps right above them, and a static camera records as 2 motion-activated REM pod devices are triggered by something moving around on the main floor. Then a light turns on and off on its own. Jordan and Johnny decide to set up a laser grid and point it towards the kitchen and living room on the main floor, right beside the basement stairs. As they are discussing just what might be going on in the house, they capture something very disturbing.
Even when I said, like, hey, it did RAC, am I okay? Like, thank you. Like, I don't need you to continue on. What? Shut up. What did you see? I heard the wrong.
A shadow.
Really? Rachel, are you
Right
here?
from here, this way? Like over this way or that way? Between the letters.
Even when I said, like, hey, it did RAC, am I okay? Like, thank you. Like, I don't need you to continue on. What? Shut up.
An odd misshapen shadow figure darts across the ceiling in the living room right in front of Johnny. The 2 investigators rush over to check out the area, but find nothing and no one. So just what is this? Did the Paranormies team capture the distraught spirit of Rachel? Let me know what you think. You can watch this full investigation and many more spooky videos over on the YouTube channel, Paranormies. Caught in the headlights. Now, this next video is not in any way related to the paranormal. It's actually the official music video of a very popular Mexican rap group called Cartel de Santa, and it's been viewed over 64 million times on YouTube. But many confused fans pointed out something very spooky that happens near the beginning of the music video. Pay very close attention. Did you see it? In front of the car, the headlights illuminate some bald grayish figure crouching in the bushes that suddenly stands up to look at the couple before quickly disappearing. Many fans believe that the rappers might have accidentally recorded something paranormal on camera. But of course, this could simply be a crew member that was accidentally caught in the video shot. But if it's a crew member, that leads to many questions. Like, why is he gray? Why is he crouching in the bushes? Why does it look like he's not wearing a shirt? And why does he move in such an odd and creepy way? Even after the many confused questions and comments, the group has never released a statement about who or what this could be. So for now, the identity of this man, or whatever that is in the bushes, remains a mystery. Bewitched. Now this next video is one of the strangest paranormal videos I've ever seen. So TikTok user Luca from Nashville, Tennessee is out delivering packages one day when he suddenly spots something very bizarre in the skies above.
Hey, so out making deliveries, and what is this? There's a floating broom. Look. Look, it's just floating. Like, seriously. There's no wire, there's nothing it's connected to. It's... What is that? Seriously. It's just and it's moving too.
Now I'm honestly not sure what to make of this video. This object that does look very...
Okay, to all witches out there, don't leave your brooms hovering 20 feet in the air because, birds could hit it. Birds could poop on your broom.
Very much like a floating broom, is obviously not a kite or a balloon, and it doesn't appear to be suspended by wires or a drone. If it's CGI, then it would take a visual effects expert to track this effect in with such a shaky camera. Also, Luca has no other videos that contain any CGI or anything even remotely paranormal. Luca claims that the video is 100% real.
By the way, it was a floating broom. I did not see any wires. There was no drone. I gave a pretty good view above and below it. Guys, I swear on my life, there was nothing above it or below it. It was a floating broom. I don't know if somebody was doing a voodoo spell or if it was it was a floating broom. I've never seen anything like it. I don't ever want to see anything like it again. It was real. I don't do CGI. I don't know how to do that. It was a floating broom, okay? I'm just as stumped as you are. I happened to be the person that rolled up on it.
So I have no idea what this could be. Is it supernatural? Is it a quote, glitch in the Matrix? Or is it just a very elaborate hoax? You decide. Followed. Ghost hunter Martin from the YouTube channel Martin's Junction sets out to explore the abandoned and allegedly haunted Nepali house in the middle of the jungle in India. The house is so secluded and hidden away that the only way to get to it is by crossing a slippery log over a river. Before he heads out, Martin sets up a static night vision camera at the log to record as he makes his way towards the house. Now, the house is empty and full of bats, lizards, and snakes. So after a bad fall, Martin decides to head back home. But something might have followed him. As Martin attempts to cross back over the log, things take a terrifying turn. Something dark seems to be lurking in the jungle behind Martin, but every time the ghost hunter checks the area behind him with his flashlight, whatever it is has disappeared. The mysterious figure appears several times and disappears just as fast. So what do you think happened to Martin? Did he fall by accident? Or did some dark, vengeful spirit follow him back from the house? Let me know. The Abandoned Asylum. Lead paranormal investigator Kaylee Love from the YouTube channel Love to Investigate reached out to me about a very creepy video she recorded in an old abandoned mental asylum in South Wales, UK. Kaylee says that she was alone with a fellow investigator exploring one of the decaying asylum's many buildings. Without knowing, she captures something absolutely chilling.
The bathroom again, there. That's pretty cool, that is.
Oh, okay.
Smells like an hospital in this part, definitely.
Did you see it? At the end of the hallway in front of Kaylee and her team member, someone appears to be standing there, just watching her, before simply disappearing around the corner. Kaylee says she didn't see anyone there at the time. In fact, the odd figure was actually pointed out by viewers in her YouTube comments. So could this be the spirit of a patient who tragically passed away at the abandoned mental asylum? I leave it up to you to decide.
That's pretty cool, that is. Smells like an hospital in this part, definitely.
Thanks so much for watching.
Oof. Alright. Final comments check here. Let's see. Is there any good live paranormal investigators? I've stumbled upon like a few of them. I can't remember what their channel names are, but there are some good ones out there. There are some good ones out there. But if you enjoyed, smash that like button. I will have another Resident Evil playthrough out tomorrow or Monday at the latest. Subscribe if you're new. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers. We get to 3,000 subscribers, or my first paranormal countdown video gets to 30,000 views. I will do another Japanese ghost countdown. So, stick around for that, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care.